Buddy,
Yeah.
if you show me yours, I will show you mine.
What? Really?
What? No! I was talking about my favorite kuchipudi moves. Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Deniz, the Buddymeister.
We have reviewed almost, or maybe we have already reviewed 500, I'm not sure.
When is this magical number 500 reviews? When is it?
I mean, we have a playlist with Indian cinema, but in that playlist there are not only reviews, but there are also like top 10 favorite Indian movies and stuff like that. So I'm not sure. That playlist is already over 510 maybe. So maybe we already crossed that line. I have to check. But yeah, we have covered a lot of Indian movies. Yeah. And this one today was once again picked by one of our awesome Masala Meister tier supporters. Adarsh has chosen the 2006 Telugu language drama Vanaja. It was the first film written and directed by Rajnesh Domalpalli, who made the film on a shoestring budget as part of his Master of Fine Arts thesis at the Columbia University. It was shown at many film festivals, gathered several awards, was mostly met with critical acclaim, and you can watch the film on the filmmaker's own YouTube channel. It's even available with German subtitles there. Yeah, as far as I know though, Rajnesh Domalpalli didn't make another film ever since. So I think this was his only one. I read that he has written a script for a second film, but he didn't direct again. So, Buddymeister, what is the story of Vanaja?
The story is set in the backdrop of a rustic state in Andhra Pradesh, where Vanaja, the 15-year-old daughter of a poor fisherman, gets employed by the local landlady. There she fulfills her dream of learning kuchipudi, a classical Indian dance form. All seems to be going well for her until sexual chemistry develops between her and the landlady's son. And this eventually leads to her being raped by him. The ensuing pregnancy disrupts her simple life, and she must choose how to deal with the child and everything that happens around that.
Basically, that's the story. So now, and the casting, it's completely cast with non-professional actors. So everyone in the movie, I think, was a total newcomer. And I think most of them only acted in this one movie. I looked up a few of them and there was only one credit, which is this movie. Yeah. Now, I think when we talk about this movie, we have to keep in mind how this film came to be. It's basically, it's literally a student film with a tiny budget, and
I think it was $20,000.
Yeah, and
something like
that, which is nothing.
It's
really nothing. And I think you can certainly feel at times that it's a bit amateurish. Some technical aspects are a bit off, maybe. The sound, for example, is sometimes too low.
The levels aren't like perfectly mixed.
In the beginning, when people applaud, it's super loud, but when they talk, you feel like the microphone was somewhere. And but it also has a lot of strength, I think. And but before we come to the things that worked, I have to say, as a whole, this movie didn't really connect that much with me. It didn't do that much for me. And I think it tries to tackle a lot of different things, a lot of themes and subject matters that we have seen in countless other Indian films. But it remained rather incohesive and, I don't know, scattered for me. And a lot of people seem to really love this movie. I've read some user reviews on IMDb, like telling us that this is really a gem of a movie and like unlike any other Indian movie. And of course, it's also from 2006, so it's already quite old. And what's your overall take?
Well, I didn't love the movie, but I actually thought it was really good. I thought it was a very good movie, but especially because of that fact that it's a debut film, and I thought that it's non-professional actors, $20,000 student movie. I thought, well, this really is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because of course we've seen quite a lot of movies that tackle these topics that are in some sense merely exactly the same. But I thought this was a real accomplishment, and I was kind of especially I was enchanted by
the actress.
The actress, Mamata Bukya.
Yeah,
because
she's great.
I thought she was fantastic, and I thought all the other actors were fine. I think the only one that wasn't like where you could notice that he's not a professional actor is Shekhar Babu. He's like the landlady's son. He's the man who's like doing this to her.
Yeah.
And I thought he was fine, but with him you could see that he's like, okay, he's not a trained actor, but I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah,
and
she
like
was
all
great.
this and the thing is, I only knew about this debut film and student thing after I watched the movie, and I thought, okay, this is nice. This is nicely done. The cinematography is nice. Of course, this thing with the sound is different levels. I noticed that, but I thought the cinematography was really well done. It was like also like how he establishes shots in the way that he always like. There's always like fluid camera movement to show a little bit off that you can see that he's probably tried to show off what he's capable of doing with this first movie, because there are like some scenes where the camera is moving and you don't know why, but it's also this, okay, it looks nice.
Yeah.
Because camera movement always looks nice, even if you don't need it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like colorful, it felt vibrant, it has like this idyllic scenery, this in Andhra Pradesh. But like you said, there's also this case that it's like trying to do a lot of things, trying to tackle different topics. And so it was kind of like a little bit irritating. Where are we now? Why is she doing this? And all these like strings that pull at everybody in this situation. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I didn't know what to think about all that stuff. And I thought, okay. But still, I thought it was a very good movie. Yeah.
I'm really happy to hear that, because especially with movies that are picked by our supporters, it's always kind of a shame if I don't really like or love them that much because someone specifically picked them for us because he wants to show the movie to us, and I kind of feel bad when I'm not connecting to the movie that well. I
know the feeling.
You know the feeling. But people still want our honest opinions, of course. And early on, this movie was really promising to me. It starts like this. You think it's a coming of age tale about a teenage girl, and it's nice that it's from a female perspective, and it also includes some of her sexual awakening, which was very refreshing. There's this scene early on with the postman, who's also more like a post boy, because I think he's also maybe 17, maybe
if that,
or 16, and they have an interaction where they want to show each other their private parts.
This classic. I show you mine, you show me yours.
But it was shown in a very matter-of-fact, casual way, and I really liked that. In that way, it also reminded me of a movie that I just saw at the Sundance Film Festival, which is titled "Girls Will Be Girls," which is also about a young girl or young woman coming of age, and it's great how this movie treats it so casually. And also another positive, this movie is not melodramatic at all. It's very, very grounded. And it wants to be very authentic, but still, because it didn't really click for me, it still felt a little bit off to me. I don't know, some of the actors are noticeable, not really professional actors. And for me, a problem was the editing, the direction, how the story moves. I felt the movie was lacking momentum. It was going in circles at times, and at the same time, it jumps ahead quite a bit. She gets raped, she's pregnant, the baby is there. We move quite fast, and at the same time, I felt like it was absurd. There's a lot going on, and at the same time, I felt like not enough, or we don't focus enough on certain elements. It was about the dancing. It was about her getting raped. It was about the baby. It is about caste issues, of course. Gender issues, all of that stuff. The stuff with her father, who loses the ship. He's a fisherman. And there was a lot going on. And the stuff with her best friend.
Lachi.
That goes almost nowhere. And
I mean, I can totally agree with all of that. It's like the movie starts very warm-hearted and funny, I thought, because like I said, it's very colorful and you kind of feel comfortable in this environment because you don't know yet what's coming. You just think this little girl wants to become a kuchipudi dancer, and she's cunning and she's cheeky and like a little bit streetwise. She always knows how to retaliate when somebody says something to her, hey, and then she's like reacting like this, even to the landlady, to I think what's her name, Radama, the housemaid in the landlady's house,
who was also really good in the movie.
There's these fun interactions between the people, like when Vanaja wants to like play the game with the landlady, and she says to Radama, of course I will win, and it's like this fun movie for like 40 minutes. Also the way she learns the dancing and like how the landlady talks to her and what are you doing with your arms? And it's kind of nice, this like nice training montage where she's like training the dance, and then it changes. Then it becomes like more serious after that interaction. First it's this like banter, this sexual banter with Shekhar.
But only for one scene.
For one scene. She looks at him when he's like taking his shirt off and when he's under the shower. And then he becomes hostile very fast. And after that, like the movie takes another route, but it's never like, and I thought it was kind of interesting that it never like takes this topic as this big secret that she's becoming pregnant and nobody will know about, but then she has to vomit. And then things come out, everybody needs to, and the secret is out. And I thought it was kind of a nice choice to go this route and not make this a story about how with the pregnancy has to be kept secret, but it's all out there, and how can everybody deal with that? And it's interesting that Vanaja is like gets thrown out of the house, but then returns because they have to sell the baby back to get some money.
They have some kind of plan.
But then she's like thrown out again, and then she returns again. And I think overall it's like mostly about how this little girl like can never be a real girl. She can never be a child. She, at the beginning of the movie, she like can be a little bit because she has like this Lachi, her friend, and like she dances, and I think it's the only time when she's dances that she's smiling, because later on when she's dancing she's like more like this, this dark and brooding face. But it's like she can be a child, but there are all these like areas in her life, especially with the father, where she has to be the adult already. But as more as the movie goes on, she like forgets how to be a child completely, and towards the end there's like this glimpse of hope that she like can return to become what she's supposed to be at that age.
It really seems like you got a lot more from the movie than I did. For me, I wasn't really able to connect to it emotionally. I felt very distanced after a while. Also because I felt the tone was somewhat off. First, when the son arrives there and he's like this super muscular guy. It felt so weird to me because he's obviously an adult. He's like 20 something, and she's really like little girl, and it felt peculiar, their sexual chemistry. It felt kind of weird, and
it comes out of nowhere, especially from his side. I mean that she's probably interested in a like adult man with a body like that, and he's showering, and of course it makes sense. But like the other way around, it's not like established in the movie. He's just there, and
he's also coming. He's arriving from America, so it's not like he didn't know women before. And he arrives there, but maybe it's also a critique, and about rape culture, and he just takes her, and no big deal because he's from a higher caste also. She's working for them. You have that dynamic in there.
Yeah.
But still it felt a little bit, I don't know. It was...
that's not... There could have been much more to explain all these things.
Yeah.
Also that he he wants to go into politics or his political
that's
career.
another element in the movie. That's also very Indian topic.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it. And then of course this whole thing with the pregnancy could harm his career.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on, but then again not, like you said. Because all these topics are very interesting, but you can always, or many times you can see that what's his name? Rajnesh Domalpalli wanted to cram all this stuff in there to make this a movie about that people are interested in, about politics, about all the problems that people, or especially little girls, have in these small districts, small villages.
Yeah, it's the Indian experience for a girl at that age from a lower caste. But for me, it never really clicked. And I liked some of the chemistries, some of the relationships. Like you said, her and the landlady. I thought that was a great banter. Also her and the woman who works for them. But her and Shikha Babu, I felt every scene they have together was bit weird. And also the actor who plays the father, I thought that was kind of too cliched, and also going in circles, like he's drunk again, and he's drunk again, and now he's drunk again, and also that he thinks he has to die soon, and then he really dies, and it was like going through the motions, kind of, and it was not doing much for me. The movie just wasn't really, I don't know, engaging on an emotional level, and when it was over, I thought, okay, that's it. But then when it was over, then it says that it was part of the thesis for the university, and maybe I knew that before, but then I forgot about it, and then of course it was put in perspective, and I thought, okay, this was a student project, then I can look past a lot of its flaws. But when I watched it, I didn't think about that, and maybe this would have been nice to know beforehand, but I also like to just watch the movie before knowing too much, and in this case, maybe the other way around would have been better for me personally.
I think if you really if there's nothing in this movie that someone could I think there's still Mamata Bukya.
Yeah, she's great.
Just,
she has so much
just great, and I
energy,
also
charisma.
Yeah, and I liked
charisma.
A thing that I liked about her character, about Vanaja, is how she's portrayed is she's never defeated in any way. She's a nice for this young age. She's a character that never gives up, never forgets who she is and what she's worth in the midst of all this repression and everything. She never loses it. We never lose her as an anchor in this story, and she's just so great. This movie.
But honestly, I really like the actress much more than the character. Because it's true what you say, but the character still felt a little bit artificial to me. The interactions with her child felt like, now there's a child, but she didn't change much. Also, shoestring budget, but all the cuts, it felt like, this is just the next day. But actually, in the story, it's half a year later. But what can you do? But suddenly there was a baby, but she's exactly the same person now with a baby. I didn't feel their connection really. I didn't really feel her sadness or anxiety when they took away the baby. On an emotional level, I understood it.
I get it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Also, some of those cuts, this editing, I don't know if intentional or not. But it has this surreal quality in the end when I think we have a cut from these like a jump cut almost, where she's sleeping on the bed. There's a cut and the landlady has different clothes. Yeah. But it's only she was sleeping and she slept for a week or something. It feels and then she wakes up and the landlady has other different clothes. Yeah. And it's really, I mean, if it was intentional, then it's just it's another thing that's in there, and I don't know why. It looks nice, and it has this serial quality that kind of works, but you could have done more with it. I thought it was nice, but also strange.
Yeah.
There's also this dream sequence.
There is a surreal moment with the dream sequence.
Dream sequence, which is kind of nice because it's like he does it like just a normal scene.
Yeah,
it's
first
not like
you think like, wait, this is even weirder
it takes
than
like this,
the rest.
It takes this second where you think, what is this?
Yeah.
And then, but it's kind of nice that it works as a dream, but you need like 2 or 3 seconds to, okay, that's a dream. That's nice.
Yeah. So, buddy, what would you say in German about Vanaja?
Ja.
Ja.
Wenn man sich das magere Budget und die Tatsache, dass nur mit Laiendarstellern gearbeitet wurde, vor Augen hält, ist Vanaja ein absolutes Wunder. Einfühlsam, bezaubernd, herzzerreißend. Ein kleiner, großer Film.
Very nice. Vanaja überzeugt durch seinen tollen Cast und einen geerdeten, unaufgeregten Stil. Aber auch wenn mir manche Momente richtig gut gefallen haben, hat mich der Film insgesamt als Ganzes nie richtig abgeholt und wirkt am Ende zu zerfranst und beliebig. Yeah. I give Vanaja 6 out of 10. It's more like 6.1, but I don't do that.
Well,
you can.
What the hell? For me, it's 8 out of 10. It's more like 7.5, but I don't do that either.
I mean, you're on the same page with the great late Roger Ebert, who adored this film.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm the outsider here, which is also okay.
Yeah, it's okay, yeah. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Did you know that today, when people search up kuchipudi, the pictures associated with that dance are mostly female, but kuchipudi began as an art for men who would go traveling from village to village to perform for the people.
Nice. Didn't know that. All right. Please tell us in the comments below what you think about Vanaja. You can hit us up on Patreon/TheJimmyCage if you want to support the channel. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like.
And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.